Hey there. So we're back to our RPG light game, and today I'm thinking about how are we going to link our town to another map. So we have our town opened up in the tile editor. Player starts here. Player receives his initial quest here, drives the story forward, and supposedly returns here at the end of the game. And we have a road going out of town, which is blocked by these burning trees, which is really not beneficial for our town long term. So we're going to take down this barrier. It's time to see what is to the north. I've never tried the new world button here before. I wonder what it does. New world, file name. Let's call it world. Not really sure what that gave us. We have a world opened. Is there a world viewer? Show world. Well, I don't know. But we are going to add a new map. So we can at least start with that. And driving that. I'm going to get into what the world option is all about. Probably offline. Hey, I like a world tool. Add town version 3 to the world. Sure. What's this other one? Add another map to the current world. Remove current map from the current world. I want to add another map to the current world. Nothing here. We're gonna clone this map. That'll be the basis for our next map. We need a place where we can test out like battle sequences. So, maps. Just gonna call it field. And then go from town to a field to a dungeon. File. Well, no, we're gonna add it to the world. Field. And that is interesting. Okay, let's open it first. Open file. Field. We're gonna start by working this out just a little bit. Basically, we need to erase all of the excess stuff here. Having some trouble selecting the entities on our entities layer. Beep. No. Edit polygons, select objects, that's what we want. So we just need to clear this out. Clear, clear, clear. Collision layer. So select. No, we're just going to do this manually. If I was better at the tool, I'd probably be able to do it faster, but I don't want to spend this entire time trying to learn a faster way to use this tool. We need to open up a space where we can start implementing some sort of random encounter battle system. So we can start experimenting with how we're going to make that work. So erasing, basically need to erase the whole town from the map and then probably save that as a template so we don't have to do it again. Refilling this with grass is going to be a lot easier than erasing all the little bits. Erase the decorations we missed. And the bits of the collision layer we missed. And then we are going to fill this up with grass. I hope. Oh, there we go. And we missed a couple of our little decoration layer. Now, we want to create a template to make this a little easier to create new maps next time. So we're going to have a template that's going to have just a grassy field surrounded by 3 layers of trees around the perimeter. That looks about right. That looks right. That will be our template. Now, starting from our town, let's try adding a map to our world. That's fun. Now, can I just edit it from there? That would be so cool. So what that lets us do is kind of seamlessly have our path fall over into the next map. Double-clicking on that part of the world will open up editing for that map. Just trying to find the right tiles to stick here to make this look a little nicer. Let's see. This still looks a little weird down there. Weird in a different way. There. Select our base layer. Go down here, select the path. And then I think the path is just going to kind of come to a stop. Like there. Decorate that a bit. We got the end of the path, and then a big open field. I'm not doing a whole lot with it yet. We're just going to kind of throw some trees around. Tree, 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 tree. Let's make sure the collision layer is set. Make sure we're stamping the right thing there. And this is just going to give us a big area for testing out some kind of battle sequence. So now that we have a field connected to our town, let's see if we can figure out how to load it as part of the world. Yeah, I thought that would have something in it. It's a little disappointing. We have to save our world separately. Save world. There it is. Look at that. So the y for our field is negative 512. So the y is going negative as it goes up, which is the inverse of what the mini macro expects. I think ultimately I'd like to load the world from this file, but let's just see if we can get it running in our game. Do it at all, then we'll try to do it right. Loading town version 3. Let's take a look at our on update function. Let's first create a load map function or load level. What was level name used? Is it just there? Save that. Load in the background music. And we're going to have it restart the intro every time it changes maps. But ultimately, if the next map has the same intro, it's the same, basically the same music as the previous map, you don't want to replay the intro. Keep the playlist. It's just going to push another intro and another looping music there, but the previous map will already have its looping music playing, so it's just going to keep that same music. Which is okay for now. But ultimately, we're going to wants to do this, but only the background music name has changed. These are loop variables. What do I want to put them up there? Reassign the globals. This is going to probably go into another global map at some point. Assigning the tile level. This is probably not going to change for the duration of the game. Animation time could just be whatever it is. The NPCs are a little trickier. We're going to cheat a little bit for now. Basically, we need to clear, when we change levels, we need to clear out every NPC, but keep the player. Reload entities from the map definition, which that's still hard-coded for now. So if players null, then globals. Is there a clear function on that? Just, I will make sure we have an easy way of. I think we just reassign it to a new list. Here is not found, but you can always just reassign it. That's what we'll do. For Town version 3, create our entities, clear out the entities list, push our entities onto it. Otherwise, just clear out the entity list. Either way, The player needs to get back in there. I'll just scroll to the player's current position, and that's the end of the function. Not returning anything, we're just reassigning the global T level. Now, if I did all that right, you shouldn't see any change. Let's see if I did that right. Well, global is unknown, because that's not what we call it. We call it globals. Player is unknown, line 53. Let's initialize that to null so we can read it. So player is initialized to null. We're loading our level. Let's see where we're at. Type error. I'm going to look up entities on update 31. Interesting. See what's happening there. For entity and t-level.entities, let's make sure t-level.entities has something. It does not. And t-level is null. Well. Rude. Make sure that function is running. Run. But t-level is still null. Dot t-level equals then all that. Right? So what am I missing? Oh, t-level equals. We're not returning anything. Treating it like a... Yeah, that's not just not going to work. Okay, from the top. Cool. All right, our map loads. Oh, let me show you the change to the map. Base of our work in the tile editor. If we come around here, going up, 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 and we're off into the ground abyss. Index error. It's because it's trying to check for a tile that doesn't exist. So, what we need to do, if we go back to the on update, find where the player is moving, and then, let me see once more. Basically, if the tile Y is less than 0, then we need to load our other map. Just a second. So, tile Y. Going back to on update. Less than 0. Greater than 0 means we're moving up. If player tile Y equals 0 and we're moving up, then load the next map. Else, we're just going to move. And ultimately, this will be handled by looking at the world definition and loading the map defined at that position. But in this case, we're going to do it manually. Load level. Current level name equals town v3, then we do that. Let's see what happens. Heading back for the abyss. Going up, and that was interesting. Huh. You see, it kind of flashed and then stuck us back up there. Makes me wonder if the field is... I think it is. Oh, I know what the problem is. Let's go back to main. Level name. We're just reloading the same town over and over again. Alright, let's test that again. What it should do is load the field. It's going to put us in that same tile position, but in the field. Here's another problem we'll fix in just a minute. And there we are. We are in the field. Ta-da! We're just not where we want to be. We're stuck behind the trees. Okay, cool. So what we need to do is move to the bottom of the map. Do we have a move to? Yes, we do. But the move to is based off of the X and Y position. That's a little annoying. Let's make a move to tile. LX, LY. No, that's not how I want to do it. We do want to use the move to function. Player sprite X, player sprite Y, but we're going to modify the player's sprite Y position according to a value in our constants, tile level size in pixels. Let's try this. Now we're trying to move to the bottom, but well, that should pop us over to the opposite side of the map. But if like the sprite y is equal to 512, the tile size, level size in pixels is 512, then 512 minus 512 is 0. It should put us at the bottom. Now let's see if that does what we want. It might do it. If not, we'll fix it. There we go. Runtime error, too many arguments on update line 19. Okay. Line 19, move to... Oh, it's because that expects a position object. Point. Make. Try that again. Here we go. Loading. Undefined identifier. Point is unknown. Oh no! Because it's not a point, it's a math.point. Those little things will get you. Here we go. Testing. Testing, testing. And we're on the map. But it started at the correct starting point. It did something weird. I'm not exactly sure what it did. The old NPCs are still on the map. We don't want. And it didn't pop us back at the bottom. Let's go back here. E-level entities. Oh, we cleared out the entities, but we didn't clear out their sprites. Let's make sure that's correct. Constant, display type, sprite. That will help. But the problem is that'll clear out the player sprite as well. We're gonna work on making that a little easier. Do removing entity should also remove its sprite. Pushing entity should also push its sprite. This should help with the sprite problem. You're not found, line 56. But over this, you have to do it this way. New array. Test. Loading. We need to tell it to reset the camera. It's still letting us try out. I'm not sure why yet. Alright, so where's that bit for resetting the camera? Oh, it's right here. You know that? Oh, let me think. So I'm looking at this. That looks like it should be working. It is setting the map scroll. Now what's happening here? Scroll 2, scroll 2. What is going on? First of all, let's try moving the Y value all the way to the bottom. Let's see what the effect that has, because I think that's actually... No. No. I think that needs to be at 0. I think. It needs to either be 0 or the max pixel value. There we go. Loading. What I'm seeing is collision. Something about the collision map isn't lined up correctly. I'm not really sure what to make of that. It's blocking the movement all the way up. And our character is no longer lined up. That's really interesting. Let's check out. Scroll X and scroll Y. Bring it NPC, entity, make. Check out the make function. Transform tiled object. Math. Tile pixel coordinates into mini macro coordinates. Return the point object. Basically, that object just have X and Y coordinates in it. We're going to try something else. Transform tiled object. Taking the player that sprite because it's the X and Y value. It's going to take in. No. Maybe. Make player.tile X 15 minus player.tile Y. I think that's the tile size. Tile level size is 32. That's what we want there. Mess to tile Y. Should pop over to the opposite side of the map. That's the new position. That. And then force it to reset the scroll. Okay, retest. And I noticed that our entities don't seem to be joining us today. We'll go back and fix that soon. And it looks like the X and Y moved to the top left of the screen. That's kind of exciting. Okay, so we broke a couple of things. Figure out what happened to our sprites. And figure out why. Okay, loading the level would have reset the player's position, so let's go ahead and store that. Calculate the new position, load the level, move the player to the new position, reset the scroll. So that should fix some things. Does the sprite the sprite display has a clear function, so we're going to use that just in case. Deciding that was screwing things up. Okay. Do we have all of our little entities? No, they're still missing. We'll go looking for them soon. Going up. We're still popping over to the wrong part of the map. Oh. We can clear the sprite display first, and then fill it with things. Otherwise, like NPC 0 is added here, and then cleared from what we're doing down here. And we don't have to do that. Well, hold on. There's null, then make the player. We've already cleared the sprites. Else. Do that. Push the player back into the sprites array. Same here. That should solve a couple of things. Okay. Our other NPCs are back. Welcome back, NPCs. Going up. Still pops us way up there. Why is it doing that? Oh, because these are pixel coordinates. So let's go back and look at our tile map. If we look at our NPC here, the X and Y are in pixels, not tiles. And so using that transform tiled object to do the conversion means that is also working in pixels. So I'm not even sure all that is necessary anymore. Let's see. Tiles, let's see, tile level size. We want the tile level size in pixels. Look at that name. Tile level size pixels. And test. Going up. That gave us a different result. The x value was correct. The y value was not. The y value put us right in the middle of the screen. Now it put us right here. It's like close but not far enough. Let's think about this for a minute. Change this to 0. Where does it put us? Closer, but still not right. And yeah, it's the offset is wrong. Let's see, target tile X times tile size in pixels. Oh, wait a second. Oh, it's tile level size pixels. That's right. I'm working off a tile target X instead of the actual X in case that matters. Going up. Whoa. That was weird. Here, let's make things a little easier on us. We're going to take our player. Put him way up there. Should have done that earlier. Tile level size pixels. Minus titles. Okay, our theory is that 0 is at the bottom of the screen. So that should move tile up. Instead, it's moving us someplace just random. I wonder if move to is doing what we think it's doing. Let's find out. Sprite X, sprite Y, target position. I think okay, I'm gonna try something. Basically, I think we need to offset the X and Y by half a tile. Let me see. see the... Well, even the X is weird. Y is off by half a tile, X is off by, like... I don't know, that might be half a tile. So if I were resetting this... Okay, let's just offset both of these. Okay. So at least we're ending up on an even number tile. Moving up, and then it blasts us someplace random. The target tile X should remain the same when we move to the new map. Dump out some debug information here. Get a point out of the sprite, convert that to a string. You can see X is 416, and we're going up. Now X is 800. Just keep this exactly the same. The new position, keep the very same X value. Now here's the problem. The bottom of our map is at negative 288. I'm not sure why, but it's centered like right around here. It's kind of a funny problem. What is 288 times 2? 576. That is kind of meaningless. But 288 divided by our tile size is 18 tiles. 32 minus 18 is 14. 14 times 16, 224. Our render schedule, I'm not sure where these numbers are coming from. I'm trying to figure out why it's offset, but it's just not super clear. But we can still respect it. We can just know that that's where the bottom is. We're going up. We want the Y position to become negative 288. We'll have to solve this mystery. So 288 divided by our render scale, 72, divided by our pixels tile size is 4.5 tiles. But then we're offset by half a tile, so it's probably 4 tiles overlap on the bottom of the screen. Graphics height So 640 divided by render scale divided by tile size is 10 tiles. It's still not super clear why there's an offset of about 4 tiles. But there you go. And see if this will at least put us where we need to be. We can figure out the whys later. But we're back in our field map, right where we want to be. Let's control going the other way. We will want the Y to be 1696. Remember that number. So, if current level name equals field, then else now load our town back up. There we go. I've already forgotten that number that I told you to remember for me. $16.96. That should pop us back into the town. Re-render, put everything in the right spot. Let's find out. Let me grab that debug text. We don't need that now. Alright, here's our town. Does it have an NPC? It does. So let's try going into our field. We're in the field, cool. Can't walk through the trees. Whoa. That was weird. Going too far north is popping us back into... Oh. Down. We need to... This is... Anytime we move down, it's going to load the field. That's not going to do. Y equals 31. We're at the bottom tile. Should be tile 31. We're trying to move down. Then we're going to reload the town. Here we go. Down there, that's kind of weird. Up, but down is out. Okay. That'll help. Going up. You can move down, up, down, left, right. Let's get back to the town. Going down. And we're back. The NPC is still there. Have they wandered off? Oh, they're still there. And they still talk. That is wonderful. So, I'm going to stop this here. We still need to pick up a couple things. All those transitions need to be data-driven from our world file. And I'm wanting to make some changes to how the camera tracks the player, so that when you get towards the edge of a map, instead of continuing to scroll to show that great blue abyss, it'll hold the camera steady and let the player just walk to the edge of the screen. I think that will look better for transitions. And when we enter a new map, we need to stick up a little dialogue top left of the corner saying what the name of the map we're on. So that should give us a couple of things to work on. And that will be all for today. Thanks for joining me. See you later.